Hello. Hello guys. Good afternoon everyone. Yeah, Janvi, the link has been shared in the Telegram group. All the notebooks and whatever the notepad, big notes which we have written, and also have shared some of the handouts. Okay, whatever the content which we are discussing, I have shared the handouts also along with that. Okay, please confirm me if you are able to see all the things in the Telegram group. Okay, in the link there are 3 different folders. Okay, one of the folder is regarding notebooks, and one of the folder is regarding this notepad books, and the other one is related to the handouts. Okay, handouts means for each and every day, whatever the content which we are discussing, all those content related information will be present in that handout. Okay, day wise. Please refer to that. Yes, Ayed, you have been answered, I guess. So no more queries, right? We'll be starting the session. Let me just share my screen. Okay. So we were discussing about the data pre-processing, right? Let me just ask a few questions. So just tell me, let's say I'm having a column, okay? And in that column, I'm having a missing values of more than 30%. What we need to do? What we need to do in that scenario, guys? A column having greater than 30% of the values, and that column is important for us. That column is very important in deciding the the feature importance is more when compared with other columns, okay? What should we do in that scenario? My voice is audible, right, everyone? Yeah, imputation, correct. Thank you, Anusha. Yeah, only one is active in the yesterday session in that case. So I guess only one student was listening to the session. So others, please do listen to the session, okay? Yeah, Jagdish, we should keep the call. Thank you. Okay, I see only few students are answering the things. I'm not yet sharing my screen. I will share my screen. Initially, I was just going through the follow-up questions, okay? Whatever the topics which we have discussed in the last 4 days or else last day, I'm just walking through the follow-up questions, okay? I'll share my screen, Lakshmi. Don't worry. Okay, so did we discuss about EDA, exploratory data analysis? Even that file has also been shared in the through the link. You can find that in a zip file, okay? You can find that file through zip file. You just need to download that and you need to implement that, okay? We'll try to run that file, okay? We'll try to run that file today. So without any further delay, I'll just directly share my screen, okay? Just a minute. Just a moment. Just a minute. Yeah, is my screen visible, guys? Is my screen visible and there is no disturbance from my side, right? Links are not opening. Which links are you talking about, Lakshmi? I mean, through Telegram or else the links which has been updated in the Q&A? Okay, fine. Now my screen is being shared, right? Okay. So if anyone is having any queries, please keep your queries to the last 10 minutes. Okay, now we'll start discussing the topics. Okay, just a moment. Yeah. So data pre-processing and cleaning, we have gone through this. And also we have gone through this understanding the data quality also, right? Identifying the data issues, accessing the data validity, understanding the limitations, and also identifying how to identify the missing values, how to detect them. How many of you remember the box plot which we have discussed? Box plot. Everyone remember the box plot, right? Box plot issue. Like through the box plot only, we'll be getting to know about the outliers and we can resolve all the outliers, right? Why we need to deal with outliers? Okay, I will explain that also. We need to deal with outliers because our model will be trained on those kind of data points also. In that case, the model will not be accurately predicting the things. Okay, the model will not be accurately predicting the things. It will have an imbalance. Okay, let me just share the notepad. Wait. Okay, ML lifecycle. Yesterday we are done with up to null value. So inputting the null values is it clear, everyone? Just drop a reaction if everything is clear. We'll be moving forward with feature engineering, EDS, scaling, correlation. Okay. Are the topics clear, guys? Okay. So now coming into feature engineering. Okay. Feature engineering is feature. What is this feature? Feature is nothing but the column which we are having. Okay. The column which we are having. It could be in the whole dataset where we have multiple columns, right? Those are called as the features. Okay. Feature. And feature engineering means working on that particular column. Okay. Working on that particular column or else further dealing with that column. Okay. In this, I'll just give an example over here. I'm having a column called date. Okay. I'm having a column called date where it is in the format of year, month, and date. Okay. Year, month, and date. Right. So now, let's say I want to do only month-wise predictions. Okay. I want to do only month-wise predictions. So if I want to do only month-wise prediction, what is the main thing that I need to do? I need to make sure that I'm considering only the month column, right? I'm considering only the month column. I need to make sure that I'm considering the month column, not the year and the date. But where can I get that month column? It is already present in this whole year, month, and date format, correct? So what I need to do, I need to consider only month. I need to ignore this year and date. So what I will be doing is, I'll be importing datetime index library. Then through the datetime index library, I'll be, so this is my date column, right? So now I will be creating 3 columns. Okay. Creating three columns. Creating 3 columns in the sense, what are the 3 columns will be created by using the datetime index? That will be, one column will be year, one column will be month, one column will be date. Correct. So now I'll be having extra 3 columns along with this column. Okay. So I want to do only analysis based on the month wise. Okay. Based on the monthly data, I want to do the analysis. So I got these 3 extra columns, right? So I will be deleting this column. I'll be deleting in the sense dropping. Okay. I'll be dropping that column. I'll be dropping date column and I'll be dropping date time index also. I mean this column. So now I will be left with only month column. So that is one kind of feature engineering. Okay. That is one kind of feature engineering. So another kind of feature engineering is another type is, so here we can combine the columns. Okay. We can combine the columns. And how to combine those columns? So let's say I'm having a data set which is related to a medical analysis or else a medical analysis of all the patients who are visiting the hospital. Okay. Hospital is maintaining the records. Let's say I'm having the details of height, weight, height, weight, and also BMI I'm having, okay? Height, weight, and BMI I'm having. So I'm having these three columns in a particular data set, okay? So I can do a feature engineering here. So how BMI is calculated, guys? See, height is individual to itself, right? Weight is individual to itself and it depends on the person, correct? And how BMI is calculated? BMI is calculated based on the height and the weight. Based on height and weight, the BMI is calculated. So in this case, what I can do is, if I'm having this BMI column, or else if I'm not having this BMI column, I can do the BMI calculation and apply that on these two columns and create a new column. BMI, okay, called BMI. BMI is body mass index, okay? BMI is body mass index. So this is one kind of feature engineering, okay? This is another kind of feature engineering. So this is how we'll be performing this feature engineering part. So feature engineering, is it clear? Everyone, feature engineering part is clear, right? Voice disturbance is coming from my side. WhatsApp group. Okay. Okay, fine. So is it clear now? Is my voice clear and audible? No disturbance, right, Jagadish? Thank you, Jagadish. Thanks for letting me know. Thank you. Okay, feature engineering, is it clear? Do you want me to repeat it once again? Feature engineering, is it clear, or else do you want me to explain it once again? It's clear, right? Okay, fine. Feature engineering is clear. So now we will be moving forward into EDA, okay? EDA. So what exactly is this EDA? EDA is nothing but exploratory data analysis, okay? Exploratory data analysis. We'll do this notebook implementation once immediately after discussing this univariate and bivariate, okay? Fine. So exploratory data analysis, this is very important. If you are applying for any data analysis roles, okay? Data analytics or else data analyst role, mainly they'll be checking how good you are in getting the insights, okay? How good you are in picking up the insights, okay? They'll be checking on that. So EDA is very simple. EDA is nothing but whatever the data set which is provided to you, whatever the data set which is provided to you, on that data set, you need to clean that data and you need to analyze the data, okay? Clean the data and analyze the data. And how you will be doing that? By using the exploratory data analysis. Remember the libraries matplotlib and seaborn. Matplotlib and also seaborn. So these are the two libraries, okay? These are the two libraries, which is for visualizations. We have discussed about this, right? We haven't done the implementation part for this matplotlib and seaborn. That we'll be seeing in the EDA part, okay? That we'll be seeing in the EDA part. So these are the two main essential libraries in order to perform the exploratory data analysis. In the exploratory data analysis, we'll be having univariate, bivariate, and multivariate. Okay, univariate, bivariate, and multivariate. So what is this univariate? What is uni, guys? Uni means one, right? Uni means one. Bi means two. Multi means like three or more than three. Okay, three or more than three. So now we'll discuss about this univariate, okay? Univariate analysis. So let's say univariate is nothing but one, right? So now one single column, okay? It's one single column, okay? Univariate is one single column. Whatever the analysis which we are doing, whatever the data analysis or the data analysis which we are doing, we'll be performing that on one single column, okay? On one single column, we'll be performing the data analysis. Okay, that is what the univariate analysis is. And yesterday, I have told you, right, how we can perform on one single column. We'll be considering the values or values of that particular column and the value counts. Okay, so what is this values and value counts? Values and value counts. Let's say I'm having a column. I'm having a column called gender. Okay, in gender I will be having male and female. Correct, male and female. So now let's say in that column I'm having around that column is of 100 values. Okay, that column is of 100 values. Let's say I'm having around 40 columns, 40 rows. Okay, 40 values of male and 60 values of female. Okay, so combinedly 40 and 60, it will be 100. So in that column I'm having around 100 values. In that 40 will be male, 60 will be female. Okay, 40 male, 60 female. So in this case, if I want to know what is the proportion of that particular male and female, what is the proportion they are distributed, okay, then I can go for a pie chart. Okay, I can go for a pie chart, or else I can go for a bar chart. What I just need only values and also the value counts. Value count is nothing but how many times that value is being repeated. That is what the value count is. So in one single column, mostly we'll be having this values and value counts. Okay, based on the value and also value counts, we'll be considering this univariate analysis. We'll consider the univariate analysis. Okay, and bivariate is nothing but two columns. Here we'll be having two columns. Okay, in bivariate we'll be having two columns. So similarly we'll be having the same as in a multivariate. Multivariate is nothing but three or more columns. Okay, three or more columns. So in one single column, we'll be performing this univariate analysis and we'll be getting to know, okay, these are all the insights which are present in that particular data. Then we'll be writing down all the insights and then we'll be making sure that those whatever the things which are impacting the business not happening, and how exactly they are happening. How exactly the impact is happening by this one column. We'll be comparing with we'll be checking it with we'll be doing the analysis and exploring that column with another column. We'll be comparing that with another column. Okay, so let's say I'm having a film data set. Okay, film data set. In that film data set, I will be having the profit and the budget and also the revenue, right? Or else I will be having the budget and the revenue. What are the budget which has been what are the budget which is film, what are the budget which has been considered by the director and the producer for that particular film, and what are the revenue that particular film has gained, right? I'll be having these two columns. So based on this, I can see what kind of budget is bringing what kind of profit. I can see that it is a huge budget. Still there is there still a drop, or is the revenue still affecting if there is a heavy budget, or if there is a low budget, is the revenue also very low? Those kind of insights I can get. Okay, so one of the example like we can consider is let's say everyone knows about this Omraut, right? Adipurush film. So what happened? The budget was huge. Everyone was expecting a huge number of returns, but actually at the box office it didn't perform well. Correct? How can you draw we can clearly say that the budget is huge and it didn't perform well? Correct? By considering those two factors, we are saying. Correct? So we can directly do that representation through this bivariate analysis. Okay, through this bivariate analysis, we can do that representation through graph. Okay, we're plotting them. Today, once we are done with this scaling, up to scaling part, we will do that matplotlib implementation. Okay. And multivariate is also something same. It's nothing. It again comes under the exploratory data analysis only, where we will be considering 3 or more than 3 columns. But you may get a question like how to add those more columns in one single plot. We can add more columns in one single plot, and along with that, what we can do is we can keep conditions. Okay, let's say I'm having around 4 columns in a particular data set, and my condition is like whoever age is greater than 20, I want to see only those people, or else I want only that kind of data set is my condition. So here, what I can do, I can keep a condition and create a new data, and on that data, I can do the plotting. Okay, I can do the plotting. So that is one kind of analysis. Okay, that is one kind of analysis. So these are all the things which are come under exploratory data analysis: univariate, bivariate, and multivariate. Why these are useful? These are useful mainly for drawing the insights. Okay, getting to know the insights and how we can make the changes in order to make sure that we are not getting the same. If there is an issue, we can get to know the things through plotting. That is the main reason, right? We'll be using this. Business tools, business intelligence tools like Power BI, Tableau, Click. These are famous for drawing out the insights, okay, in maintaining the dashboards. So, is it clear about univariate, multivariate, and bivariate? So, we are done with this. Removing the outliers, we'll see. After scaling, we'll see, okay, yeah. And we have discussed this, how to handle the removing, replacing. Visualization, we'll see. Yesterday also we have discussed about these outliers, identifying the potential outliers, okay. Handling the duplicate and the redundant data, introduction to normalization and standardization. Okay, now we are able to discuss the scaling part, right? We are done with exploratory data analysis. We are able to discuss about scaling. So in scaling, we are having two different types of scaling: min-max scaler and also standard scaler. Min-max and standard scaler. So first we'll discuss about the standard. What it is saying: transform the features to have a mean of 0 and a standard deviation of 1, reducing the impact of the scale difference. Okay, reducing the impact of the scale difference. So what exactly happens here is the values will be the values when we are using the standard scaler. Let me just take back to the notepad. Standard scaler, min-max scaler. Why exactly do we need scaling? Okay, why exactly do we need scaling? We need to do scaling because why scaling? Because let's say I'm having the data. Okay, let's say I'm having the data which are ranging from 1 to 1,000, or else they're going beyond that up to around let's say up to around 10,000, 20,000, and 80,000. Okay, so all my data points are not in a certain range, correct? They were varying from one. They were varying from the initial point to the very end point, minimum to maximum. They were not in a certain range. So I just need to bring them down and to one scale. Okay, I just need to bring them down to one scale. Okay, one scale is nothing but into one single range, into certain range. Okay, under one single scale, I want to bring all my data points under one single scale. Okay, so what I will be doing is coming into the standard scaler. What it is being told in the standard scaler, what it is saying. So the mean will be 0 and standard deviation is 1. In standard scaler, the range will be -1 to 1. Okay. In standard scaler, the range will be -1 to 1. Okay. So that the mean will be 0 and the standard deviation will be 1. And in min-max scaler, it will be 0 to 1. Let me just write here. -1 to 1. And min-max, the range, it will be 0 to 1. Okay. 0 to 1. So whatever the column values which you are having, that will be in between -1 to 1. Okay, -1 to 1, and here the values will be from 0 to 1. Okay, 0 to 1, and here standard scalar, the thing is the mean becomes 0 and standard deviation. Okay, standard deviation is nothing but STD be 1. Okay, standard deviation is 1. Okay, so now are you people getting the scaling? Have you understood the scaling? Have you understood the scaling? Bhavya, just wait, okay? We'll be responding to queries. Please keep your question. fine. So now I'm having a question. Okay, I'm having one question. Now you people need to answer me. Okay. Yeah, Sheikh, just a moment. Let me just keep the question, and after that I'll repeat the scaling once again. Okay. So bringing down the values to one range, right? In standard scaler, we'll be bringing from -1 to 1, and in min-max, it will be 0 to 1. Okay. So my question is, if numerical means we can bring down to under that scale, correct? How can we do it for categorical? How can we do it for textual data? What we need to do for textual data? What we need to do for textual data? You people need to answer me. You people need to answer this, okay? What can we do for textual data? Anyone, any answer? Okay, I got one answer at A to Z. Okay. Thank you, Renuka. Any other? Okay. Okay, I got another answer. Tejashwini is saying converting it to binary. Okay, one hot encoding. Sheikh, I think you're aware of it. Yeah. Thank you, Sushil Kumar. Label encoding we can use based on the index values. Okay. Okay, fine. I'll just say out the answer. Okay. So before scaling, what we'll be doing is there is another major step, that is label encoding. Okay. Label encoding. So what exactly we'll be doing in this label encoding? Label encoding is nothing but it will help us to encode the textual data or the categorical data. For the textual or the categorical data. Okay. So let's say I'm having a column called type of I'm sorry. I'm having a column called brand of an ice cream. Okay. Brand of ice cream example. Okay. I'm having Arun, Backo, and also let's say naturals and NIC we'll consider. Okay. Naturals NIC. Okay, I'm having these three brands. This is my column name. Brand of an ice cream is my column name. So, as I previously told, the models will not be understood in the textual data, right? So we need to convert it to numerical. And how we are converting that into numerical? We'll be applying the label encoder. Okay, we'll be applying the label encoder over here. Label encoder over here. So what happens? Arun will be 0. Naturals will be 1. NIC will be 2. Okay. And it is not exactly, it will follow only whatever the textual content which is coming first. It will not follow like that. It will create or else it will assign the labels as per the value counts. Okay. If Arun is having around 40 and naturals is having around 60 and NIC is having around 20. So now it will be label encoding as naturals will be encoded as 0. Naturals will be encoded as 0, then followed by Arun. Arun will be encoded as 1, and NIC will be 2. Okay, NIC will be 2. So this is how the label encoding will be happening. So in my column brand of an ice cream, what will be happening? 1, 0, 2, all these kind of numbers will be coming. So that is how we'll be passing the numbers, or else we'll be passing this particular type brand of an ice cream column into the model. Okay, in this way we'll be passing the textual columns. In this way, we will be passing the textual columns. Okay. So is label encoding part clear? Then after doing the label encoding, so whatever the numerical values which we are having, if they were in a certain range, then we will not be applying the will not be applying the scaling. They are not in a certain range, or else if they are being in a scattered format, so we'll be applying the standard scaler, and we'll be bringing them down into one range, that is -1 to 1, where the mean will be 0. If we calculate the values of that particular column after doing the scaling, the mean will be 0 and standard deviation will be 1. And the min-max scaler, if you apply this min-max scaler, the values will be in between 0 to 1. Okay, the values will be between 0 to 1, bringing down the column values under one range. That is what the scaling is. Okay. Is it clear, guys? Scaling, label encoding, EDA, feature engineering, all this for clear? Okay, thank you. So if you see again here, rescaling the features to common range, ensuring they contribute equally to analysis, normalization, standardization is nothing but transform the features to have a mean zero and standard deviation one, reducing the impact of scales difference. And feature scaling, what exactly is feature scaling is nothing but adjusting the feature values to a common scale, improving the performance of many machine learning algorithms. So it is again nothing but which we have discussed, bringing on all the values under one single range, and which will also be helpful us to improve the performance of the machine learning algorithms. Okay, it will help us to improve the performance of the machine learning algorithms. So this is about scaling, and also we have discussed about label encoding. Correct. Okay, so we'll do. I'm having a notebook with me. We'll just do that EDA implementation. Okay, we'll do the EDA implementation. And after the TDA implementation, I will explain heat map. I will explain heat map and I will consider one small data set which I am having and I will run the cells, okay, and I will explain each and every cell, okay. Just give me a minute. Let me just open that notebook. So until now, if anyone is having any doubts, you can update in the Q&A, okay. Teja is here to resolve your queries. Until now, if you're having any queries, please do let us know, okay. Thank you. I'm sharing my screen, just a minute. So we are currently in the Google Colab. Okay, we are currently in the Google Colab, and this is the file which I am having. Okay, bank churn data. Okay, bank churn data. Okay, bank churn data we are having, and it is connected to a runtime also. Let me just connect to my drive also. Just a minute. So in order to connect to drive, you need to click over here, and you will be getting this cell. You need to run this cell. Connect to Google Drive. You need to choose your account. So we'll be giving access. Just a minute. Let me just directly get into that file. Okay. So if we refresh, we will be getting our drive. Okay. In our drive, we'll be having that file. Just a minute. Let me just pick that file. Where are we having? We are having under exploratory data analysis. We are having this under S1. Correct. Under S1 we are having. So my drive exploratory data analysis is present in AIML content, Python for data science, exploratory data analysis, and under exploratory data analysis we are in S1, right? In S1. So let's just drag this. So this is our file, right? We just need to copy the path. We need to copy the path. We need to copy the path and then give the path over here. Okay. Give the path over here. It's a huge path. Yeah, let me just try to run this. So initially we need to import the libraries. Okay. So we will be importing pandas to do the data analysis, and also we are working on the data frame, right? So tabulate, I'll be explaining this tabulate library. Initially when we are creating or else dividing the columns based on a threshold value, then we can divide the columns and visualize them in a tabular format. For that purpose, we'll be using this tabulate. Okay. And matplotlib and C1, I told you people, right? They were just made for the visualization part. Okay. Let me just run these cells. So in order to run the cells, we need to press Shift plus Enter. Okay, Shift plus Enter. That particular cell will run. Okay, and this is my data frame bank df bank underscore df, and the head. What does this head parameter do? Let me just initially run this. So this is a path. After providing your path, just run. Okay, now the data set has been loaded. The data set has been loaded. Correct. So if I do whatever the data frame I'm having, and on that data frame, if I'm applying dot head I'm applying, then we'll be getting the top 5 rows. Okay, top 5 rows which are present in the data set. So what are the top 5 rows? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. These are the top 5 rows. So let's see what are all the columns which are present in this particular data frame. Okay, so data underscore df, no, it's bank underscore df, right? Dot columns. We want to see whatever the columns which are present in this data frame, right? So bank dot column. So what are all the columns we are having? Client num. Client num is nothing but the client number. What is the client number? Attrition flag. Attrition flag. What it is saying about attrition flag? Is he a new customer also or an existing customer? Okay. What is the customer age? What is the gender? What are the dependent counts? What is the education level? What is the marital status? What is the income category? See, by looking at these particular column names, I can clearly say that this is related to some kind of CIBIL score, right? You people are aware of CIBIL score, or else the bank data. Bank data will be having all these, right? Flag, is he an existing customer or a new customer? Customer age, gender, dependent count. Dependent count is nothing but how many people are dependent on that particular person. Is it 3, 5, 4? And what is his education level, like high school, graduate, or uneducated? What is his marital status? What it is, married, single, unmarried, unknown? And also income category, how much income he is getting? What kind of card can be issued to that person? See this card category, most of you people will be aware. See, if a person is getting a huge amount of salary, like let's say he's getting around 1.2 lakh per month, in that case, they'll be provided with the platinum card. Platinum cards, okay? In SBI, if you're aware of SBI cards, SBI credit cards, they'll be giving the platinum cards. The person who are earning more than one, okay? So months on book, what is this months on book? Total relationship count, inactive for 12 months, how? And contacts count for 12 months. And also what is their credit limit? What is the total revolving balance? Okay, average open to buy, total transaction amount, total transaction count, average utilization ratio. So these are all the concepts. Based on these columns, we need to decide. Like based on these columns, we can understand that this is something related to bank data. Correct. This is something related to bank data. Okay, let me just hide this. So these are all the columns. So 10 is nothing but again similarly, we'll be getting the last five rows. Okay, last 5 rows. We are getting the last 5 rows. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Last 5 rows. So we just want to know the information. What is this info method? Here using bank.info, right? Bank.info. It will be giving the information of that each and every single column, how many row values are present, what is the data type. Okay, so it is saying that the range index is between 10127 entries, so that it will be in between 0 to 10126. We can see 10126 is the last row, and date, because here 1027 and 1026 is nothing but initially the indexing will be starting from 0. Okay, so that is the reason we are getting only 26. That's it, or else we will be getting 27. Okay, and total columns we are having around 19 columns. We are having 19 columns, and for each column we are having any null values. We need to have how many rows? 10127, right? So we are having 1017 127 for client number. Attrition flag, ACR existing or else new customer. So no null columns. It is an object. Why it is an object? The data type here is object. Why? Because it is in a textual format. Okay, it is in a textual format. That is why the data type will be object. Okay. So similarly for customer age, it is numerical int 64. Gender, it is male or female, it is object again. But for gender, how many values we are having? 34. 34 values only, like 1000, 10,000, 34 values we are having. How many values are missing? 66 plus 27, right? 66 plus 27. Those many values we are missing. Correct. And here we are having only these many null values. I mean, only these values, non-null values we are having, that is 9,995 non-null values we are having. So how many null values approximately we are having? So if you add so 10,000, it will be 127, 127 plus 5, 132. 132 null values we are having in the card category, right? Card category is nothing but platinum, silver, those kinds of cards, okay? Metal card, one card, if you people are aware, okay? And for this column also, we are having credit limit, we are having less. Correct. So how many columns exactly we are having null values in how many columns we are having null values? Gender, card category, credit limit. In these columns we are having the null values. Correct. So coming into this bank shape, okay, the data frame shape. Shape is nothing but we'll be getting the rows and columns. Shape is nothing but we'll get the rows and columns. Okay. So bank shape. Let's run this. So what is the shape here? We are having these many rows and we are having these many columns. This represents the rows. This represents the columns. Okay. I have to check the null values. This one is just about the each and every column. This L is about the each and every column information. Now we are having the shape. Now we'll be getting only the null values. Okay, we'll be getting only the null values. Just wait. Now see. So if I do band df dot is null, I'll be getting false, false, false. And whenever there is a null value, wherever at that place there is a null value, I'll be getting the value as true. Okay, I'll be getting the value as true. If not, everything will be false. Okay. So in this way, identifying the null values will be becoming very hard. So there is this method called dot sum. So if I run this dot sum, then I will be able to see how many null values I'm having. For client number 0, attrition flag 0, and gender I'm having 93 null values. Okay, gender I'm having 93 null values. So similarly for cat category I'm having 132 null values and 60 for credit limit. So how many columns I can say? 1, 2, and 3. 3 columns I'm having the null values. So that is how we can get to know the null values. Okay, and we can also do the value counts. Let me just show you the value counts. Okay, let me just take this one. Okay, so bank DF. Okay, I just want to know how many male members are present in that particular column and how many female are present in the gender. Okay, bank underscore DF dot gender. Gender is capital G, right? Gender. I can go gender not value counts, or else I can directly give it in this format also. How I can keep a square brackets followed by within a inverted commas, then the particular column called gender dot value underscore counts. Okay, value underscore counts. If I run this, I'll be getting how many female I'm having? 5,313. How many male I'm having? 4,721. So this is the value count of this particular column only. The column is gender and the value is female. The value is male. And for value counts coming into that, for that single value, what is the value count? For female value, the value count is 5,313. And for male, it is 4,721. This is how we will be calculating the male and the female through value counts. Okay. So initially, whenever you have read the data set, okay. So in pandas, this is how we will be reading the data set. Okay. PD dot read CSV. Just a minute. Let's say DF equals to PD. PD is nothing but the pandas dot read. Okay, if I do dot read underscore, how many formats we can read, what different formats of data we can read. We can read whatever the data which is present in the clipboard. Clipboard is nothing but whatever the last 10 copy paste or else last 12 copied things will be saved in the clipboard. Okay, all the things you need will be saved in the clipboard. You need to enable the clipboard to do that. Okay, you need to enable the clipboard to do that. I can read a CSV file. I can read the things from the clipboard, or I can read directly the things from the Excel file. If it is an XLSX file, CSV is nothing but it will be .csv. Let me just show you. Here we can see that bank chain data .csv. So I can do CSV file feature, and also I can do HTML, I can do pickle, I can do SQL, I can read the SQL also. From SQL also I can do the XML files also I can read. XML files will be with the tags. Okay, you people are aware of the tags, like in HTML file we'll be having the tags, right? H1, H2, href tag, p tag. Those tags we'll be having in HTML, right? So in XML we'll be having the tags like head, and also paragraph as p, and also if you are introducing any new tag like email as email tag. XML files are somewhat like a key value. Okay, we can we can load the tags. Okay, we can load the tags in the format of a data set. Okay, what are the tags that will be loaded in the format of a data set? Okay, so we can do the XML, we can use the data, or else we can use the SQL query or SQL. So these are all the different types of the data which we can read. So initially, so as my data file is under CSV, I have read my file, correct? So after reading immediately, what you people need to follow is there were some few things you need to do. Initially, you need to do dot info. Dot info you need to do dot info, and after dot info you need to directly do df.isnode.sum. Okay, df.isnode.sum, we have already done that, and we need to do this df.describe. Okay, let's see what this describe will be doing. Okay, bank underscore bank underscore df dot describe. Let's see now what it is giving. It is giving me the count of the client number which are present, and the customer number, the dependent count, the mean of the particular values, the standard deviation. Standard deviation is nothing but from the whole points, from the whole data points, from the whole data points. If you are plotting the whole data points, how exactly the data points are being deviated. Okay, deviated. And minimum value we'll be having, and the 25% of the values, under what range the 25% of the values I'm having. Customer age, 25% of the customers are from 41, and 50% of the customers are having 46, and similarly 75% of the customers are having around 52. And what is the maximum customer age? 222. Can a customer have a age as 222? No, right? No one, there is no record in our, in all these decades, like a person living up to around like a century, right? So this is a wrong information, right? This is a wrong information, and the dependent count being 143. No, right? So these kind of values we need to identify. Definitely this particular customer age, if I draw a box plot, if I draw a box plot on this column, definitely we will be getting on this customer age. If I draw a box plot, definitely I will get to see this 222 as an outlier. Okay, so initially we need to do info and regional dot sum, and describe we need to do shape. Let me just write here as a comment. Let me just take a new cell. We need to find, initially we need to read the data. Just a minute. Read the data, and after reading immediately we need to do the info method information, and we need to do the shape. What is the shape of that particular data? And then we need to do the null is null, followed by the sum, whatever the null value sum we are having. We need to do the seasonal dot sum, and then just a minute. Then what we need to do? We need to do the duplicates. We need to find the duplicates. And then we need to describe the data. Okay, describe the data. Brackets are not required. Okay. So these are all the mandatory steps which you need to do. Okay. These are all the mandatory steps which you need to do. What are all the things you need to do? You need to read the data, info, and also shape, and also regional dot sum, then followed by the duplicates, right? So reading the data, info, shape, info, shape, regional dot sum, duplicates. These are all the things. Okay. These are all the things which we need to perform initially. Okay, so we'll be seeing the TDA part also, but we just stop right now. Just a moment. Okay, fine. So we'll just have a short break for 10 minutes, and in the meantime, I'll be sharing the attendance link in the Q&A. Okay, so please do drop your attendance. Don't forget to do that. And if anyone is having any queries, you can drop your queries in the Q&A related to today's topics which we have discussed. Thank you. Okay, so I hope everyone is back from break. So, Bhavyashree, what is your query exactly? See, Bhavyashree, this we have discussed in the last, on the second day itself, we have discussed what to enter in the, if any, or else in that field, okay? We have discussed like, we told everyone to update there, like if you're having any issues with your account, you can update over there. If not, you can update like NA, okay? NA is not applicable or else not no. You can write no, okay? I'll inform the team to check regarding this response, Hema. Nandini, what is your question? So you're saying that final assessment is paid off free. So once try to open that final assessment, if it is showing any payment, do let us know, okay? It is free, okay? So I hope I have resolved all the queries, okay? Get back into our collab notebook again. Okay, I'm sharing my screen. That is what I'm saying, Hema. I'll once inform the team, okay? Okay, is my screen visible, guys? Okay. Oh, Hemalata Kumari, you saying that when we are loading the data. What is your query, Hemalata? Yes, correct, Hemalata. In braces, I have entered the path. You need the path. See, you'll be okay. You need that path. How did I get that path? Is your question? How did you get the path? You okay, Hemalata. I'll be showing it once again. Okay, I'm sharing my screen again. I hope my screen is visible to you. Opening my collab. So initially, I have got this path. by connecting my drive. Okay, in my drive, actually I have updated this particular practice EDI, I guess. In the drive which you are having, I have updated this practice EDI, I guess. So in order to get this path, as you are having a zip file, you can directly copy paste. So let's say, where is that file? Yeah, you got this FIFA analysis. This is for your analysis. Okay, this is for your practice. Already the notebook is full. You can implement whatever the 5 important factors which I just told initially you need to perform. You can do that. Let's say I'm having a zip file. Okay, I'm having a zip file. How to read a zip file now we'll be seeing. Okay, how to read a zip file now we'll be seeing. But after explaining all these things, I'll tell about the zip file. Okay, and coming into the path, so all that you need to do is this is my data set. Okay, in S1 this is my data set. Okay, I just need to click on these 3 dots and I'll be getting the options like download, rename the file, delete the file, copy the path, refresh. I can just copy the path. Okay, I can just copy the path. If I'm having this file in my downloads, if I have, let's say I'll just download this. Okay, now this file will be in my downloads. Okay, this file will be in my downloads. I'm disconnecting my drive. Okay, so to connect the drive to connect the drive, this is the command you need to do. Okay, commenting this out. So as I'm not having my things in the drive, let's see. It's not being updated. It's not updated yet. Let's run this cell and check. Let me just reconnect to the runtime. It's still not disconnected. Let me just restart the session. Yes, restart. Now you can see here it is restarting. Yeah, it is connected again. Let me just refresh this. Still here. Okay. Actually, after disconnecting our drive, it won't be able to access our drive. Okay, that is what exactly should be happening. Somehow I'm getting this. Let me just reconnect this. Disconnect. And reconnect. Connecting to a runtime now to enable the file browsing. Okay. So under drive, I need to run this cell in order to connect my drive. Correct. So instead of connecting my drive, I'm having the things in the download. I'm having my file in the download, right? So this is my particular code to connect to my drive. Okay. But what I will be doing, I will upload the file. Okay. Under downloads, this is my bank chain data. Then I'll click on open. Okay. The runtime. So what it is saying, ensure that your files are saved elsewhere, because this runtime files will be deleted whenever the runtime is terminated. So if I terminate my runtime, whatever the files which I have uploaded over here will be cleared. Okay, I will not be getting to see those files. So I have uploaded my file over here, and now I want to read my file. Okay, how to read the file will be saying. Just delete this path. Okay, I'm not having this path. What is my file name? Bank chain data, right? Bank chain data concept.csv. So in order to read this file, what I need to do is I need to click on 3 dots, copy the path, and paste this inside the inverted commas. That's it. So where am I having my file? Inside the content. What are the content which is present in this? And in that, under the content, I'm having this file, this CSV file. Now let me just run this. And this head is for getting the first 5 rows, correct? So let's just run this. So what it is saying? PD. PD is not defined. What is PD? PD is pandas. Did we run this cell? We tried to run this cell, but it is saying name error. Okay. So here we have defined it as PD. Okay. Here we have defined it as PD, but we haven't run this cell. Okay. But how I am able to say like I have run this cell? Because after running a cell, here we'll be seeing a green tick. Okay, Let me just run this. I will just click on this play button. I'm running this cell. Yeah, the green tick has appeared. So this particular all the libraries have been imported. Okay, and let me run the bank DF also. Okay, now we are able to see all the column values, all the rows, and so let me just close this. Yeah, we'll be having that file. Okay, we'll be having that file in the runtime only, and through that only we are able to do this dot columns, dot tail, impose, shape, is null, value cons, describe. So all these things. So these are all the major things which you need to do initially after reading the data. Read the data, do the info, check the shape, check the is null dot sum, any null values, check the duplicates. We haven't checked the duplicates, right? So now let's consider bank underscore df. Bank underscore df dot duplicates. Okay, dot duplicates. Let's see how it is written in data frame object has no attributes duplicates. Okay, so we have made an attribute error. So let's check. It is still saying that object has no attribute dot duplicates. So it will be duplicated dot sum. Okay, duplicated. Let's check duplicated. So we got for one single column, correct? We are checking it for Boolean, but I just want to know what are all the duplicates present in all the particular rows. Okay, so I just did sum. So there was 0 duplicates. Okay, there was 0 duplicates. If I'm having any duplicate also, if I'm having any duplicate values also, how to remove those duplicates? Now I will explain. Okay, so bank df again, bank underscore df dot drop. Here you can see drop duplicates, right? Drop duplicates, and in place we need to mention equals to true. In place equals to true. What exactly does this in place equals to true does? In place equals to true means if I am assigning a variable, so let's say I'm not keeping any in place equals to true here, and I'm assigning a value here as a equals to bank df dot drop duplicates. Okay, this is the operation which I'm doing. Drop duplicates is a method I'm applying on the whole data frame. Okay, but this will be applicable. This will be applicable on this variable only, on this a variable only. If I call this a variable only, I'll be getting the columns, I'll be getting the data where my duplicate values have been dropped. Okay, where my duplicate values have been dropped. But if I keep in place equals to true, no need to apply this a. Okay, are people getting? If I assign a variable to that particular operation or the method which I am doing, and here if in place is not present, if in place is not present, so it will reflect in only a. It will reflect in only a. When I call a, it will show. Okay, when I call a, it will show. And if I call directly bank draw bank df dot duplicated dot sum once again, it will show me how many duplicate values which are present. It will show me those duplicate values. It will not reflect in whole data frame. If I want the things to reflect in the whole data frame, I need to keep in place equals to true. So in this way, it will be reflecting in the whole data frame. Okay, it will be reflecting in the whole data frame. Let's check how many null values we are having. Okay, we are having null values for gender, and also card category and credit limit, right? So let's try to drop the null values for the gender and check in the format how for the in the same format like in place equals to true, what will be happening. If not, if it is there, what will happen. If it is not there, what will happen. We'll check. Okay, bank df dot drop na. In this, we need to mention under what column we want to drop. For what column we want to drop. Okay, We want to drop for gender, right? We need to keep gender over here. And we need to mention the axis. For column, the axis will be 1. Okay. If you are doing any operations on the column, we'll be mentioning the axis as 1. And if you are doing any operations on the rows, we'll be mentioning axis is equals to 1 or 0. Okay. 1 is for column, 0 is for row. Okay. Let me just run this. What it is saying takes one positional arguments and it is asking dot drop drop in a. Okay. Okay, fine. Drop in a. If I directly do this drop in a, whatever the null values which are present in this drop NA will be dropped. But here I want to drop the null values only present in this drop particular column gender, right? So let me just rewrite this syntax, okay? Equals to drop gender actually equals to 1. See, we need to mention drop in place of NA, okay? We need to mention drop in place of NA. Drop NA, what is the difference between drop and drop NA? If I mention drop NA, all the null values which are present in the data frame will be dropped. Okay, I can perform all that operation at one single go. If I want to drop from at least one single particular column, I can do this dot drop. Okay, I can do dot drop. Bang df dot drop followed by the column name and followed by the whatever the axis it is present. So I haven't kept in place equals to true here. Let's check this null values again. Okay, I have run this cell, right? It is under green tick. So let me just check this. Gender 93 again. Gender 93 again. Okay. But I'm having this A, right? Let me check the null values for A. Okay. Instead of bang df, I need to keep A. See, under A, for gender, are you seeing any? Where is this gender column? Under customer age, we are having it, right? We have actually dropped the whole column. Okay. Just wait. Just wait. Just wait. Bank null is dot sum. So this is done. Now equals to bank underscore df dot drop null, or else we can say drop. So if you do this, we'll be dropping the whole column. Okay, drop is for dropping the whole column. If you want to drop only the null values which are present in a single column, we can use drop null. Okay. Just give me a minute. Okay, sorry, I was on mute and I was explaining. Okay, here, when we are mentioning the subset, okay, when we are mentioning the subset, it will be a one single column. We need to mention the subset of that particular column. When we are mentioning drop NA, and if you are giving the column directly, it will not do the operation, because drop NA means dropping all the null values from the whole data set. Okay, but when we are mentioning subset, we need to drop the null values in a subset. What is the subset column? Gender is that subset column. So that is how we need to drop all the columns. And if you previously I haven't mentioned in place equals to true and I have run this cell, I was still having the gender as 93 as null values. But when I mentioned in place equals to true, when I mentioned in place equals to true, and that has been applied on the gender, right? So gender again it is 0. So that's how I can drop only null values from a particular column by using a subset. Okay, and to drop the whole column, we can do drop, and in the drop we need to mention the axis along with the column. Okay. And yeah, now we got into dividing the data into categorical and continuous variable. We are defining the function data types. Df, the categorical variable I want in this particular, all the column names in this particular list, and all the continuous variable columns in this particular list. So here, whatever the column which is present in the data frame, I want that data frame. In the data frame, I want that column to iterate in the each column, and I want to check if the n unique values are less than 60. N unique values are less than 60. I want them to go into categorical variable into this list. If it is greater than 60, I want them to go into this continuous variable. Continuous is nothing but numerical. Categorical is nothing but text, right? If the values n unique values which are less than 60, then go into categorical. If not, go into continuous. Let's check what is this unique and unique. Okay, bank df of gender dot unique. What is this unique? We'll check. The unique values we're having male and female. Let's give n unique. We're having only two different values. Let's check it for what is the other column we can go for. Let's go for what is the other column we can go for. We can go for card category, right? Card category dot n unique. How many unique? 4 unique. Let's check for this. We are having blue, gold, silver, Na, and platinum. So we are having 5 actually. We are having 5, but one of the value is a null value, that is NaN. So for this we'll be using mode. Okay, we'll be using mode to replace all the values. Okay, to replace all those values, we'll be using the mode, because this is a categorical. And how to do that we'll be discussing in the next session. Okay, how to impute those null values we'll discuss in the next session. So this is about today's session. Okay, anyone having any doubts, please update in the Q&A, and we'll share the quiz link. Okay, I want everyone to go on that quiz right away, and I'll be creating a poll. Please let me know what are all things, did you understood today's session or not. Okay, and if any queries, please update me in the Q&A. Okay, I'll be updating the attendance. I will be sharing the screen and showing the attendance QR once again, and we'll show this quiz QR. Okay, we'll show the quiz QR. I'm creating a poll. Please do let me know about today's session. Okay, anyone having any doubts, please let me know. The poll has been created. Jagdish, I will update that in the notebooks. Okay, I will update this bank one also in the notebook. Okay, but actually I have updated for EDA. I will update this one also. Okay, definitely I will update that, Jagdish. Now the attendance QR is being displayed, and also the poll has been created. So please let me know the things through the poll. Again, yeah, we'll be doing the implementation part only. We'll be taking a whole new data set, and we'll be doing the things from the scratch. Okay, up to pre-processing, we'll do some things on NumPy operations, pandas operations, and along with that, we'll also do some of the pre-processing steps, okay, which you people aren't aware of that. I will show them, okay. In the upcoming session, I will show. And coming into attendance, I'm updating the attendance link. Teja has updated the attendance link in the Q&A. Please go through that. And also quiz link will be updated, okay? Everyone be ready. We'll be updating the quiz link. Now, please don't update any things in the Q&A. We'll be updating the quiz link, okay? I want everyone to complete the quiz, okay? And also please do let me know the things through the poll if you have understood today's session or not, okay? There were around 419 people, but I just got only 183 responses, please. I want all the 400 people to give me a response, okay?
The quiz link has been updated. Please scan the QR or click the link and complete the quiz by 4:30. please complete the quiz by 4:30. And also you need to complete your attendance and as well as the poll. The three things must be completed before 4:30. Is for the students who are watching the session through YouTube, I have shared the quiz link in Telegram group. If you are unable to scan the QR code, you can go through the Telegram group and click the link. And please don't spam the Telegram group with screenshots. Hope I am clear. You need to do three things today. You have to complete your quiz, complete your attendance, and the poll. Please keep in your mind that you have to complete these three things before 4:30. That is in 10 minutes. I hope I am clear. Yes, Abhinay, the IBM course and NASCOM course are part of your self-learning. At least 2 hours per day, you have to complete them before the completion of the internship. I hope everyone is completing the quiz. You have 8 more minutes to go till the session is ended. I hope everyone completes the quiz. Uh, yes, you can leave after the tasks are complete. You have to complete the quiz. You have to complete your attendance and poll. I hope what I am saying is clear. You have to fill the attendance sheet and quiz and poll. I see only 208 have responded to the poll. I request you all to complete the poll. The quiz link is shared in the Telegram group if you are watching the session from YouTube. Please don't spam the Telegram group with unnecessary screenshots or unnecessary contents. The Telegram group is for clearing doubts of students. Please keep it in your mind. I hope I am understood. What I am saying is understood. Hema Reddy from YouTube. The poll is in Zoho. You have to complete two things: quiz and attendance. People who are joining from YouTube, you have to complete two things: attendance and quiz. No need to for the poll for the people who are attending from YouTube. For the people who are in Zoho, you have to complete all the three things: fill the attendance form, fill the quiz form, and the poll. I only see 215 people have responded to the poll in the Zoho session. I request everyone to complete the poll. There are currently 360 attendees, and I only see 215 have polled. I request you to complete the poll. The session will end in 5 minutes. And I want to clear one thing. Under self-paced, you have 2 hours per day. You have to complete NASCOM digital STEM course as well as IB, which is getting started with AI. You have to complete those things. Uh, those come under self-paced learning. I hope what I am saying is clear and understood. Then the session will end in 5 more minutes. Yes, it is compulsory to complete the self-paced course. Yeah, it is mandatory for your completion of your internship. I hope everyone have completed their attendance and quiz. Only 3 minutes to go to for the end of session. And people from Zoho who have not yet voted in the poll, please vote. I'm repeating myself. It is compulsory to complete the NASCOM digital STEM course as well as IBM getting started with AI course, which are under self-paced learning, which is 2 hours per day. You have to complete them at your own time. Regarding attendance, you have to fill the form which is shared during the course, not during the course, during the session. I will be sharing all the links related to the NASCOM course, IBM course, as well as notes in the Telegram group. Please be active. What I mean by active is not seeing the Telegram group and asking queries if you have any. Don't spam the group with your screenshots. The group content gets congested and not readable. Please don't spam the group. I hope everyone have completed the quiz and attendance. Only 1 minute for the session to end. people who are attending in Zoho, students who are attending in Zoho, please vote in the poll whether you have understood today's session, the contents of today's session. The session will end in 1 minute. I hope everyone have filled the attendance form and quiz form. Okay, guys, I will be ending the session now. I hope everyone have completed the quiz, poll, and attendance. And I will be sharing all the links, important links in the Telegram group. And a request from my side is please don't spam the group. If there is anything important to be shared in the group, it will be shared. And if you have been spamming in the group all the screenshots, the important links will be not readable. I hope what I'm trying to say is understood.